Welcome to another episode of the Angels Positivity and Love Show. Incredible guests the world over with amazing insights, amazing backgrounds. They've walked their path, their unique life journey, and are pretty seasoned on some front. We've got healers, international best-selling authors, a White House physician to the U.S. president, Rear Admiral retired, who's still practicing medicine, the youngest Delta Force operator ever, and just a whole bunch of different folks. Ian Stenlake, Australian actor. If you've ever seen Sea Patrol on Amazon Prime, or if you remember the series Stingers, or you saw Elvis the musical Down Under, he's been a guest. But a lot of our guests are healers, different modalities, super seasoned, super fun. There's a lot of humor and a lot of steps taken on the show as well. They're either sharing their skills with us or they're directly interacting with the universe. Angels, galactic beings, Plato, Native American chiefs, you name it. And what's great about this show that people don't often realize, stick around to the end, you can take steps with the universe, catch the scent of lit sage, see light on my hands, see light on your hands. What will you allow for daily is almost the other title of the show. And if we ditched all the spirituality stuff, what are you allowing for more? Just allow for a little more fun, love, sparkle. The universe will serve it up, but you got to set your intent. Speaking of which, setting your intent and amazingness, and a veteran intuitive with an incredible history as she's walked her path. Elizabeth HEARTSTAR is joining us once again from Sedona, Arizona. She wears many hats. She's got a Astro Oracle deck that she created that's amazing. She's an astrologer, of course, metaphysician, if I say it that way correctly. She's got Himalayan crystal skulls and a lot of other just modalities that she taps into to help others. Elizabeth, I'm a big fan of yours. Thank you for coming back on the show. Good to see you
Yeah,
again.
thank you. It's wonderful to be here. I
Um,
love it.
you taped something for us that's already aired on the APL Spotlight series, in which you went over some of your background when you were almost dropped off by your parents at a very young age in London, and you found your way around not only to like metaphysical bookstores, but also into some of the Indian cultural spirituality stuff. It was incredible. People can check out that show plus your future shows where you're going to hopefully deep dive back into all that again. But I even think it was Ibiza or
No, Mallorca.
Mallorca
Mallorca
in Spain.
with Maharishi.
Yep,
Yeah.
with the Maharishi, and then you had a vision or an experience that was incredible. It's detailed in that other show. Today, we're going to probably talk the globe, big picture, what's up for mankind, how we can all just chillax a little more and pump the brakes and be here rather than thinking more. We don't need more thinking and more action, a little less of all that. Talk to us about some of that if you could. Take us somewhere. How can we all slow down a little more and smell the roses?
Oh, well, yes. Deep breathing for one thing, and I like this. I've been practicing it. I liked Joe Dispenza, and he just the other day had this really wonderful breath work that's so easy that was just inhaling to the count of four, holding to the count of four, exhaling to the count of four, uh, then holding, exhale for the count of four. And I've been practicing that since I think it was February 8th. She was just talking about how important this time is, right? And just balancing our hemispheres and so this breathing, it's what gives us life. So our breath is so important, and also deep breathing into the solar plexus, because there's so much going on in the outer world and so much information, and we can get really hot, and with like whatever extreme you're on. We're in times of great bipolar planetary extremes, which is when people seek alignment with the oneness. So instead of getting pulled, which we can very easily get triggered to one pole or the other, or to be divided with this one and that one, instead, it's like, let's remember to breathe before we react.
Hmm. That could be the most important thing anyone said on any of the shows out of 200 or 300 now. I love this. I'll put up just three angels for you. We were playing around before the show to either add a phrase or an insight, or just to suggest a topic quietly to you to do an offshoot of this. Here's Joy. Maybe we could do both. What does she have for all of us? And then could you go in a certain direction that you two are feeling together?
Yeah, she's talking about the orbs that comes through the orbs, that um the orbs are all around us. We live in a plasma. It's not empty space. Who's the man, Robert Temple, who wrote this amazing? He's always been way ahead of his time. Robert Temple, his recent book, I can't remember the name of it. The proof, of course, he's not a uh, whatever scientist. He's just like Einstein. Okay, these are the visionaries that see beyond the logical mind. And he's proven that we live in a plasma field, that it's not empty space. That's why these plasma beings that live in other dimensions, and we are plasma, we live in this field. So she's actually, Joy is talking about the plasma fields and the orbs that have come through often in photographs and that people can see. These are real beings, as she is.
And what's a quick reminder for us all about to lighten up, literally and figuratively?
Yeah, she's like, blow bubbles. Like she's like get your bubbles out, and you know and the Arcturians, actually, when I said pop bubbles, because they actually do that in their healing chambers on the fifth dimension, which are the real med beds. You don't have to pay for them. You just have to learn how to access the fifth dimension. And they use these bubbles and they pop them to help you release all these old thought forms from our programming as being humans.
So if you sit still, you can go somewhere, we'll call it that, and get more than just a good meditative experience. You can actually, yeah, just do more vis-a-vis some Arcturians. I'm going to put up an Arcturian, though. This one seems to be my ambassador to the whole experience. Do not have a
Yeah.
name, but go ahead and hear something from him.
I'm getting so much love. I'm getting so much. It's like here we are, the blue beings. There are many races. Again, the plasma is, and this electric blue activates our crystalline cellular memory of our star seed ancestry.
And if we go by science only, what year, how many, is it 100 years from now we'll get there by science alone? What's Charlotte say? Not to be negative, but it's going to be a lot quicker to trust your heart a little bit more and allow for some opening of openness. Yes?
Yes. And now people are starting to talk about the 12,000 year cycles that we are in now. I spoke about that, I think, last time about Sedna, the appearance of Sedna, um, the dwarf planet that's the furthest out in our solar system that we know of,
Hmm.
who only comes this close to the Earth every, some people say, 11,400 to 12,000 years.
Yep.
But this 12,000 year cycle is major because again, we're in this phase and it's a spiral and things aren't linear. But this is the last time there was like the great flood and everything. And so and also that the 12,000 years that has to do with Atlantean times too. There are many ancient timelines much further back than that, but the 12,000 years. So we're in this 0 point, which is going to start on March 30th this year when Neptune goes to 0 Aries, and then Saturn will go to 0 Aries, which is the reset point, bringing in a new dimensional frequency. And so people to be ready for this frequency because it's we've never experienced before. And another wonderful astrologer, Barbara Hand Cloud, just did a YouTube with somebody about this 12,000 year and about this.
Oh, good.
So it's being talked about a lot. We're at this pivotal time on the planet right now.
If Min was to add something here, this is an angel, Min, my guardian angel, maybe 80,000 other people's guardian angel. What would she say about just keeping it super simple daily? Is it a conscious, unconscious choice just to be more relaxed and be in the heart?
Yes, it is. It is that simple, and also that she wants to share with the Arcturians. I think I shared this, that this is their simplest technique, is that to see the golden egg around your body, 8 to 10 inches around your entire body. The golden cosmic egg. That's this incredible protection from a lot of the craziness or the control that is all around us
Yep.
more than ever. Yes, just what you said, golden energy around us.
Mm. I have a djinn who's East Asian mysticism, like a little Winnie the Pooh, but he's the Encyclopedia Britannica meets the Energizer Bunny. Wonderful fellow. You can get a quick thumbs up from Joy about the djinn. If we just say djinn, even though it's like saying human beings, it goes straight to him. And he's a marvelous fine fellow, golden sparks of light, golden threads. If you want to close your eyes and have him come in, he's got a high pitchy voice. I'll make it sound like a Brooklyn accent, but it's supposed to be Asian. I told the dogs not to go in the garden, but close your eyes, have him come in and breathe through your mouth a little extra, and he'll have some insight. He's been around for aeons, or eons, however you say it. I mispronounce everything, so forgive me in advance. And what are you getting from the djinn? He's a marvelous, fine fellow.
Well, yes, Jin is the genie. Jin is the fire element. He is the energy of the genie of the fire. The elemental. He's
Elemental, exactly.
yes.
I'll put up a photo that I used for him, just abstractly, and we'll see what he has to add to the conversation. Here we go. And his eyebrows will move in the photo like clouds starting to go bigger. What are you hearing from him regarding mankind, how to walk a smoother path, how to keep it simple? What's his advice?
I'm hearing Zen.
Zen man, Zen. Like Jeff Bridges would say it. Okay, so compassion, kindness, empathy, gentleness, not knowing so much, not in a rush to judge or know that precludes possibility. What do we do with all this? How do we actually take those steps, or is it about less taking any steps?
I think I'm getting the chop wood, carry water. Like just one step in front of the other to follow your inner voice, not the voices out there, unless they're part of your inner voice, and act on them, because we all have our parts to play in this collective dream that we're in. And we all play a really unique part in that.
There's a great quote from Chogyam Trungpa that I'm probably not going to be able to find, but at one point he was like, pay attention because this is more real than the waking dream that you're in currently. And so I'll put up Chogyam Trungpa. Rinpoche, it's not Rinpoche. It only took me 10 years to learn that. I see everything in writing first and never get to hear people say pronunciation the correct way. But here's Chogyam Trungpa, Tibetan Buddhist monk, He wanted his younger photo, not older. He's reconciled. If anybody's worried about the other side, like Mother Teresa, absolutely fabulous. What are you getting from Chogyam Trungpa as an insight for man right now and the importance of being in the heart and not rushing?
He's asking for that. So I'm getting like with the breathing, the like take 4 deep breaths or 4 in, 4 out, hold it, and then then you'll speak more from your center instead of from your trigger.
And why don't we light some sage and do some energy back and forth so we go beyond words and we can't get triggered and you at home can't get triggered, but you can put an emoji in the comment spot down below the video. That counts as a comment. It's such an easy way out if you're like not inclined to put a comment. Just put an emoji in. It could be anything. Do a fruit or vegetable or a tree. But be sure to subscribe, like, and share this if you're really gung-ho. Amazing experts. We are booked all the way to the end of August of 2026. And I'm working right now on Louis Mel Madrona, if people remember Coyote Wisdom and 2 other big books by him. Hopefully going to have him on a couple times in 2025, 2026. Here's Sage. We did this before the show. Elizabeth and I have done this before. And hopefully I just didn't do this on the show already while we're live.
Oh,
I
you did.
don't think so. Okay. Again, I'm so scattered right now. It's awesome. Okay, Elizabeth, catch some sage, but catch flowers and get a bonus, something that you didn't know you're going to get that. People at home, put your hands out and feel the sage. Smell the sage. Your heart already knows what to do. Don't think about it. And if it's 2030 and you're watching this, how many years? 5 years in the future, it's okay. Still catch the sage. Get a good laugh, though. And then you got to put an emoji down in 2030 if you're watching it 5 years in the future. Okay. Put more than an emoji. Put a comment. Say hello. Okay. Elizabeth, you catching more than sage? What are you getting?
I'm seeing a beautiful bouquet of roses.
Ooh.
And I was a florist, and in the 80s when I was a florist and did lots of weddings, everyone wanted the Lady Di rose. So I'm seeing these Lady Di roses that were this most beautiful peach, so beautiful, like almost a pink peach color.
Hmm.
They were so beautiful. And yeah, so I'm just seeing this beautiful bouquet of, I loved making the bridal bouquets. They were so fun.
Well, you've reminded me of 2 more angels. We're going to bring them in. It's Hope and Faith. And Hope is peach colored and Faith is yellow. And that's how I remember them as well. But if you'll put one hand out on one side and decide Hope is peach, Faith is yellow, have each angel land. They'll figure it out. You'll sort it out. You'll know who's yellow, who's peach. Say, got it when you start to feel your hands get fired up or just light. And then you'll see peach and yellow out of the corner of your eye. Again, yellow is faith. Hope is peach colored. And remember, faith is religious, non-religious faith. It's the same. It's letting go to from here to there. So no one should get hung up on faith. What are you getting from those two? First, are you feeling them? Are you seeing them? And are you going, whoa, Nelly?
Yes, I'm feeling them. I'm seeing them. It's like they're merging as one.
And you can bring them into your heart. They're in your hands, but go ahead and go double hands on your heart. And that'll spark a good topic for you they'll come in through you, with you, but you'll still do the talking. What are you getting for a beautiful way to help everyone yell whoa Nelly as well and have a little more fun daily? Can't everyone can use hope and faith? I mean, we need a little patience and grace and joy and harmony. And there's a few more of those in the little cabal.
Yes, integration and health is like integrating them all for your greatest health of mind, body, spirit.
So if you've got your health, you can go in any direction you choose.
They say
Oh,
it's our greatest wealth, and it's true because without that, in our human condition, we can't do much.
ooh, I like that. I got a wild, cool zigzag down my back. Okay, well, speaking of the cabal, and in a nice way, a group of very nice angels who have the simplest names. Harmony, she's Harmony, although she chose Tranquility as her moniker. Great. That's supposed to be rainbow light. Here's something, feel something from Harmony, but if you'll allow for a few symbols to pop up in the air around you, just say, got it, and then share what you'd like to share.
Okay, I'm seeing symbols. The symbols that I'm seeing with harmony are I'm seeing the south node in Virgo, which just went into the south node of the moon, just went into Virgo on January 13th of 2025 and will be in Virgo. And that color, that green color that I'm seeing, if that's the correct color, is on the color wheel that I use for my astrology, which is right here. Virgo is that green, that yellow green color.
Hmm.
And so I'm seeing this, which has to do with our collective, the South Node for the next 18 months collectively is about us taking care of the day-to-day health and healing. Like I said, chop wood, carry water, take care of yourself, your body, mind, spirit, um, and not to get pulled into the division, but find the unification, which is where the North Node is, which is always opposite the South Node. Our collective North Node is in Pisces that went in January 13th, 2025. And this is such a significant year to bring the truth of the Piscean age, which is the Christ consciousness, not the religions, not a middleman, but the Christ consciousness. It doesn't have to do with a religion. It has to do with everyone's right to be an enlightened being. And the exemplar of the Piscean age for many has been Yeshua and Magdalene, which if we were told the truth about the sacred harmony in marriage, there would not be so much abuse on our planet,
Hmm.
especially by priests.
Yeah. Spiritual growth, compassion, empathy, and there was a fourth word you used earlier before we started recording. The Pisces age.
Right.
Spiritual growth, compassion, empathy, and there was one more you used. Could have been kindness, but I don't think it was that. It was love
Yeah,
or
you know what I wrote? It's like I have all my papers that I like because I was I wanted what did I say? I wanted to remember all this about our collective evolution, spiritual growth, compassion, empathy, unity,
unity was it. That was it.
invitation to connect our inner selves, listen to our intuition, tap into the mystical and mysterious realms of Pisces about spiritual exploration and growth, emotional healing and compassion, unity and interconnectedness, where we all merge as one, Pisces being the last sign of the zodiac.
Mm.
It is the cosmic ocean. That's what the Piscean age is, the knowledge and the memory of where we connect as one. That's what this Christ consciousness is about. It's not about a religion or any middle person between you and your creator, source, God, higher power, whatever you wish to call the oneness that we are.
Mm. And you're doing a workshop. This is coming out in April, so that workshop would have already come and gone. But can you just say what the workshop was that by the time people are watching
Yes.
this transpired?
Yes, I'm very excited because my dear friend Suzanne Ross, this is the 10th anniversary of the Sedona Ascension Retreats with an S.com, and I believe she's booked in Sedona, the largest place that we can meet now is the Sedona Performing Arts.
Mm.
Last year, she had a fantastic event where Matt Kahn, Anita Morjani, William Henry, Freddie Silva, Bashar, um, many others. Fantastic. And then workshops, where I took a workshop with Vivian Chavez, who is an Arcturian, and it was amazing. She's going to be there as well this year. And so I'm Suzanne, she started very small when she moved to Sedona and had little retreats. And she'd always ask me to do, I've been shy, so it's like I don't do workshops. Okay, that's where I was 10 years ago. But I'll do ceremonies. So I did a honeybee ceremony because the honeybees have asked me to do ceremonies, which I've done 1 year. And I did a beautiful water ceremony with my swan feathers at the creek here for her. So last year, she said, Elizabeth, I want you to do a workshop next year, which is this year, 2025. And I'm saying yes to everything now because it's time. And, so I'm like, so I didn't remember, but she did. The title, she said, what are you going to talk about? And I said, Arcturian Ascension Astrology for the Aquarian Age. And then she did a interview, which is on my new website, which you could either do ELIZABETHHEARTSTAR.com or Sedona Red Door Retreats with an S.com. And the interview's on there. And in it, she said, well, what is the Arcturian astrology for the Aquarian age? And I said, I don't know. I'm waiting for my Arcturian to come through, and she is coming through.
Yep.
So she's going to show up. I'm so excited because only this last week have I reconnected in a new way with Aloha, my Arcturian higher self. So I'm going to be
You're going to be
sharing,
channeling. You're going to be channeling
channeling.
big time. And
Channeling big time. It's going to be really fun because she likes to get up and move, and maybe we're going to dance. I don't know. Um,
with your permission, when there's a lot of folks these days, I've had about 2 to 5 guests who are very connected to the Arcturians. So Sarah Breskman, Cosme, if I said the name correctly, Suzanne Spooner, even somebody recently in the last week, but I'm kind of in out for remembering who that was. It's almost not quite a recording a day, but can you go very gently for us, for someone who's tiptoeing in and is really just doing breath work, meditation, maybe a few angels or loving guides, they haven't gone galactic yet in any way. I'm going to put Charlotte up to help go down to the treetop level to explain how there's so many different loving beings. They're here to help us, but it's not necessarily sharing space, although that could be said that way, or channeling. It might not just be that way. People might have backgrounds. Can you find a way with Charlotte to really tiptoe in and talk about, there's Andromedans, Orion, folks from Orion, Lyrans, Pleiadians, Syrians, or folks from Sirius. And
yes.
can you very gently try to break someone in? If someone stumbled into this conversation and heard somebody say they've got a deep connection to Arcturians, they might say, whoa, what's this about? Have an immediate reaction, hit the whiskey bottle or go for a run or be like, I don't know. Can you circle around and try to explain how it's one big stew out there and it's got a beautiful aroma?
Yes, we're in a one big stew of beyond our comprehension, probably a zillion galaxies
Mm.
in our infinite universe that we live in. So just look at especially the new Webb telescope photos of the universe
Mm.
and the astronomers. I think it was on the Discovery Channel. Um, when the Webb, I think it was last year or the year before, when they had these photos and these young astronomers were just like, whoa, this is even beyond what we who are seeing. So we live in a amazing, beyond our limited. I mean, haven't you heard, I used to hear in the 50s and the 60s, we use 10% of our brain capacity. I don't know if they still say that now, but
I
we
think we're up to
live.
3% now.
All right. So the thing is, we're not the only ones.
Mm.
Okay. We are not the only ones. So Yes, there are other beings, like what I was talking about, this plasma field we live in. So if you could open your mind, look at photos of the universe, and realize that we have connections, we have always been, and I think that's what this Pisces North Node, Neptune, Saturn, all together this year is the most important thing to remember our infinite connection to this incredible universe. And why, like this AI, and I don't know how it all works, but it's because we're just like galactic beings. I mean, we have abilities that we have not even tapped into. So, it's like, what did Christ say? The works that I do, you will do better. It's like because we are evolving and we have all these capacities for telepathic communication.
Mm.
It's not crystal consciousness. Crystals are part of the earth. Okay, that's what it's crystal consciousness. We have this ability as a computer, anything, it has a crystal chip because the crystals receive and transmit energy, and we have that within us. So it shouldn't be so like scary, like, oh my gosh, you're like, you know, like what Galileo was put because Kepler, all these, oh, because they said that the planets revolve around the sun. It's like some people even think it's a flat Earth still.
Yeah.
You can believe whatever you want to believe. I mean, freedom, like
Let's do
that's our
freedom
birthright.
with energy. I'm going to show my light between my fingers, but once we're over that and seeing it, ask the universe, ask angels, ask a few Arcturians and others to come in and do extra with a capital E and a lot of fun. But you get a dad joke, more importantly. So, what's the only flower found on the human face? Tulips. Catch a little bit of light between my fingers and just tell us what color or colors are you seeing?
I'm seeing green. I'm seeing green blue.
And then I'm going to go bigger and let the whole crew, let our galactic community and lots of other loving folks do extra. What are you getting now? Is there a
A
shape
lot
you?
of there's a lot of pink and violet colors coming in. So it's bringing in higher frequencies, and it's showing frequencies that are like the aurora borealis that has been coming way down to places on our planet that we don't know if it's ever come down, that it's activating all of us, these colors, these frequencies, these galactic occurrences, these solar flares, and oh my gosh, we're being really like, whew. That's why we have to keep our feet in the ground, okay? And chop wood, carry water, take care of, your health,
Do you
so that you can evolve.
who do you want as your ambassador for the next thing? Is it Michael, Charlotte, Joy, four archangels, Min? Who are you hearing? Pick me.
Joy.
Okay. I'm going to put my hand up in Texas. You're in Sedona, Arizona. Feel what you can feel. We'll establish kind of a connection. Then I'm going to whoosh you. But a topic, an idea, a light symbol could be talking about freedom, freedom of choice, freedom of being. What do you feel right now, though?
Spiral.
I'm going to blow a little. I've never done it this way, but now what are you getting?
I'm getting beyond the beyond because I'm like,
I'm gonna whoosh like a ping pong paddle. I'm gonna whoosh you a couple times. We'll go bigger and bigger. Here comes the first whoosh. If you could at least use a couple words. Here it comes.
I know there's no words.
So if you could have a 1 hour massage, but the masseuse is brand new and a little too rough, or this, which one are you choosing?
What am I choosing?
If you could have a 1 hour massage, but the masseuse is brand new out of school and really rough, or would you choose this that you just got?
I think I would choose this that I just got.
Okay, you're gonna get a little bigger now. Well, let's back up. Whew, thank goodness. Okay, here we go. Different, bigger, broader, more fun, more galactic.
Different, like a rush from the root up through the chakras.
Okay, I'm going to use two hands. You're going to get it on the back side and the front side from bottom to top, but let a lot of angels and Arcturians and others pile on. One big galactic rugby squad. Aussie rules. Okay, here we go. And as they say in that James Bond movie, the black and white thing with Daniel Craig, maybe his first movie, Casino Royale, made you feel it, did he? Okay, did you feel it? Did you get it? How is that different? Can you use a lot of words for the front, the back? What the heck just happened?
I got like double like DNA strands and wings, and it was like the caduceus with the wings.
Hmm. And I'll put Joy up. Do you mind we'll back up again, like that whole Arcturian thing. Can you just explain that if people want to play that over and really just relax, they can feel it and be on the receiving end as well? There's no limits, but good luck with that when you do even a smidge of thinking. And we're all doing thinking all day long, so I'm going right back to it after we finish taping. But how can a person really relax into the universe just stepping into the present moment? You don't have to go to a class institute or travel to the Himalayas. What's she saying? What are you saying? And what's your encouragement for us all to take heart?
I think I keep on repeating the same thing, but it's just, you know, uh, um, exhaling deep and inhaling deeply. And that 4 second inhale, exhale, holding is good, but just sitting when you get overwhelmed or there's so much anxiety. I mean, I was so shocked many years ago. I don't know, maybe 7 years ago, visiting my friend's young daughter, and it was like, well, everybody has anxiety. Like, it's just, here's like a teenager. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is not normal.
But isn't
And
that because we're so sensitive? We don't know it. And we're also picking up on everyone else's energy
yeah,
fields and other energies as well. And we don't know how to do boundaries or how to keep our core intact. Talk to us a
yes,
little bit about just one example in your past, and you've had a bunch where, it could be likened to a cork in the Atlantic Ocean or ebb and flow, or you get dunked underwater. Where are a couple of moments or one moment in particular where you really had to learn to have boundaries and you moved past that experience to be more in harmony with yourself and life itself? You've had a lot of different training modalities along the way. You've had bookstore owners sit down with you and share quite a bit.
yes. Okay. Well, what I'd like to say is, for me, I feel like I've been very blessed that I've had elders and teachers that I have looked up to and respected, all along the way, and I still do, in physical as well as non-physical, but in the physical. And I feel like so many of these beautiful, young, very highly advanced children that are being born, they're coming in with this really high frequency, and like you said, this anxiety or this stress that they're in because they're so sensitive is really difficult. And that, now I'm one of the elders. Like, I don't know how it happened, but it's it's happened. um that we're here for you. We're here for you, and it's important for us to respect our elders. Yeah, we learn from the children. They're like our teachers. We're all teachers to one another. And so I think it's really important to, find, that's for me, wisdom keepers, and that have techniques or have lived in this world and can help, as you, the young, can help us to evolve into what they're bringing in. But it saddened me so much to hear that it's just kind of like, oh, well, everybody, has anxiety. Like, we all are. Like, I was like, really, as a teenager, I was not anxious. I mean, I was meditating. We had a great time, in the 60s. It was like, I hope people could bring that. I'd like to bring that back in, that there was so much hope.
Hmm.
We didn't have, it was it was very simple because we didn't have a lot of the distractions.
Yep.
We played outside. We really loved being in nature. I had my trees. I still love the trees. The trees are our greatest healers. Hug a tree. It's really important to hug a tree and to be like a tree with our roots deep in the ground and our branches and our leaves. And the trees are the greatest healers. And without our trees, we would not be able to breathe.
And you can listen to trees. I guess everything's our instruction. Everything is life and energy. Everything is love if you'll just lighten up and not use the words, the brain to get there. I'm going to do 3 to 4 more figures, then we'll start to wrap it up. But it'll be Sri Shirdi Sai Baba, joy again. We might put joy at the very end of the queue again, a 5th time. But we'll do dolphin consciousness and elephant consciousness, not quite in that order. Here's Sri Shirdi Sai Baba. If you could feel India coming in the highest vibration, the thickest, lushest, most amazing jungle as well. Catch Indian temple incense in the room that you're like, oh my God, he didn't light anything, but woof, it's here. Even hear those chime, wind, sound things that make movement and sound in the wind. What's he reminding us all to keep it easy, stay to the heart?
Yes, I'm getting lots of dance, movement, joy, expressing joy.
And what does he say? If we're at a pool party with Sri Shirdi Sai Baba on one side of the pool, and there's Joy, 29 years old, blonde, elegant, on the other side of the pool. We haven't met her yet, but he's whispering, hey, here's what you need to know about Joy. What does he say about this very big cosmic angel?
He's saying, she knows how to express joy.
Okay, dolphin consciousness. I'll do elephant consciousness first. I'm assuming I have that picture handy. Of course not. But I've got dolphin consciousness. Here we go. Feel bubbles all around the room. Have the whole place go aquatic. None of your furniture is going to get wet, but a lot of vortices of love, bubbliness, high vibes. They've been around a million years. What are you getting as a reminder for mankind?
To be silent and to let the sonar, a lot's coming up about this telepathic communication and the awe in autism, okay? And why are so many being born also with this condition, but also are our teachers that we we need to learn to use our telepathic communication.
Mm,
And that's what the dolphin and their sonar, because they are like what used to be the perpetual choirs in the ancient civilizations, which would keep things in harmony. The dolphins and the whales are hold that sonar and um, connect with Sirius,
mm.
which is the sun behind our sun, which is the brightest star in our sky, which is where the councils of light come in. And the dolphins and the whales bring that vibration, that sonar from the star Sirius, to assist us in this important time of our evolution.
I'm going to put up elephant consciousness, but we are going to come back to what seems to be a recurring theme. People can do anything they want. If they want to stick with thinking and science and just be like, hey, a dolphin's just an animal, an elephant's just an animal. What else do I need to know? Not much. And they're going to go about their, day-to-day job, rinse, repeat, the rat race. They can stick with the rat race, or you can begin to explore a little. What's elephant consciousness say? If you want to hear an elephant cry in a good way in the air as if they're coming to you from Thailand, Chiang Mai. What are you hearing? First of all, did you get a little trumpet?
Oh, they're so adorable.
And
You know, they're, yeah. I mean, I'm just getting like the mother love, like that little baby that it's like, it's like the Divine Mother is all of our mothers. That's what my granddaughter, it's like Divine Mother is all of our mothers. If you have a problem with your mother, just go to the Divine Mother, okay, and know that you are so loved, and remember your golden cosmic egg of protection around you, so that all this minutia around doesn't affect your peace, because no child should be anxious, and there should not be suicides in our world the way they are in our population, and that we need to change, and we
I'll put
can't.
up I'll put up Charlotte to wrap us up for some sort of tying it all together. Again, grow your awareness, not your thinking, is how I'll leave it at this end. And that's just angels talking, not me. But grow your awareness, not your thinking, or be in your heart when you can remember to remember. If you can remember, good luck remembering. What's Charlotte say that really ties in well with what you're already believing, sharing with others?
That we're all teachers, that we're one another's teachers. We're all teachers.
And I lied. I'll do one more figure. It's going to be Dull Knife. A beautiful earth figure, like a mountain range of wisdom, some humor. You might catch tobacco, sweetgrass, juniper, desert pineal, sage in the air, and nothing's getting lit. But if he had a mantra or a simple reminder, what is that for us? And he's definitely our final figure.
I'm getting the heartbeat, the drum beat, the heartbeat. Listen to the beat of your heart and the drum beat of the earth. And that drumming. Drumming's a really good thing to do also.
Elizabeth Heartstar, happy 2025. Great seeing you again. Thank you for being on the Angels Positivity and Love show.
Thank you for having me. It's wonderful. I love being here.